Hey guys, Wages World, July 21st, 2020, coming at you with a video. Yeah, we got a lot of space weather to talk about. 2 CMEs coming at us this week, going to hit us. High solar wind from a coronal hole, 2 big Schumann spikes, sunspots. Man, can we add anything else? We're going to talk about this comet too, giving us some better understanding of the Schumann here. At least it is for me too. This is something that's awesome that I've been looking for. I'm glad they dropped this out. Somebody might have told me this before, but for some reason this is clicking with me. But anyway, before I do that, my rules in my comment section, guys. No vulgarity, and I'm saying this because of recent stuff. I haven't had to say this in a while, but I guess I need to now, unfortunately. No vulgarity, like F-bombs and stuff like that. You know, little small cuss words, whatever, I get it. But as long as it's not disgusting. But if it is, it's gone. Second rule is, and this is where I'm drawing a harder stance. If you attack another subscriber, especially personally, that account's going to get blocked. I'm not going to no longer just delete and give a bunch of chances on that. It's happening too much, and it just doesn't need to happen. You can have disagreements in the comment section, okay? But you can do it respectfully and have good discord between you two. Between whoever's... Just have a good argument, good debate. That's fine. I'm good with that. That's what drives us to be better, right? Keeps us sharp. Now here's the third one, and everybody probably knows where I'm going with this already, because these have been my rules since the beginning, even before I was friends with anybody here on YouTube. It's a drama-free zone, and that third rule is going to be, and it always has been, you cannot attack another channel. I won't allow it. I can't. And I wouldn't want to. It's just disrespectful. If you got something to say to another channel, go over to their channel and say it. Okay? If you're ballsy enough to say it on mine, be ballsy enough to go over and say it to them. So from now on, whenever that happens, there's probably not going to be a warning. It's just going to be I'm just going to block that account. So please know that. I hate blocking people. I really do. You can attack me all day long. Okay? As long as it's at least halfway respectful and no vulgarity. Go back and look at my comment sections. All that stuff is there. I don't delete that stuff. Because I'm giving you my opinion on my channel. I'm allowing you to have your opinion too. As long as it's respectful. Just like I respect you guys. Even the people that don't like me, or even the people I don't like, I still have respect enough as a person to not do that to you. So please don't do it to me. Now, the specific channels I'm talking about right now, there's been some really nasty stuff said towards Scott and Dr. Albers. Now, you know, Scott's my friend. We've collabed together for a long time. I'm not going to allow that, guys. I mean, I don't know what makes people think that I would. But from now on, like I said, guys, this is going to be an immediate block. And some of the stuff that's been said lately that's causing me to do this is disgusting. It just is. No other way to say it. I'm not even... It doesn't even... I mean, it doesn't even... warrant a response to repeat what was said. It's just disgusting. And it was more than one. That's what's really bad. Nothing comes from that but negativity, guys. I hope you guys understand that. And I'm not about negativity. You guys know that. So that'll be the last of this conversation. But, you know, Scott takes a lot through my channel. Okay? Because we're friends and people know that. And they use my comment section to attack him. That's stopping right now. If I see that, it's just going to get blocked. I mean, just, you know, again, you don't have to like me. You don't have to like Scott. You don't have to like anybody. Just be respectful. I watch people that I hate, okay? I don't hate anybody, but I watch people that I don't like because they can still give you good information. I still respect them enough not to go over there and just start throwing a bunch of arrows at them. So that's all I ask. Seriously. That's it. But I do draw the line when people especially start attacking other channels, and especially when they're my friends. That's where that line stops for me. I'm done with that. So, anyway, we're going to move on. We got this comment here. That coded line could be local interference. The Schumann antennas only grab maybe 50 miles in radius. Okay? The Italian site shows a line of 50 hertz. Okay? In other words, he's saying there's a line at the 50 hertz level that stays there, and it's being caused by the electric lines. Okay? It's an electrical disturbance, right? Being caused by an unnatural source. So if we apply that to the coded line I've shown you guys a bunch on the Schumann, you know, that really could actually be what it might be. I've always said it looks unnatural. Okay? So it wouldn't be something natural. And he goes on to say that, you know, everything else around it's bouncing around like on the graph, but that one's completely steady all the way through. So you know when it does that horizontally, you know it's an unnatural thing being caused by something intelligent or something unnatural like an electric line. Okay? So that's what I'm leaning more towards that right now. Now I'm not ruling out other stuff on that coded line. That could be being done on purpose too still. Okay? Even the disturbance in the electric lines could be being done on purpose also to cause such a code. You never know, okay? And that's what I'm trying to say. But this gives me a lot better understanding, and I would encourage you guys to go check out this channel right here. I don't want to butcher the name. It's a Schumann Resonance channel. But check him out. Even his or her got the Schumann Resonance graph for his icon there. So yeah. Alright guys, let's go check out the Schumann Resonance through Mr. MBB3's channel. I encourage you guys to go check this channel out too. He does a great job, especially with like the new UV readings. You guys click on that right there. It'll take you here to all this, and then, you know, they do daily readings and stuff. You know, UVC was thought to not be able to hit the ground, but it is. Okay, so our atmosphere is now allowing that through. And for me, he's the one, Mr. MBB3 is pretty much the one that kind of broke that story. At least for me, he was. So yeah, that should not be happening. UVC is very dangerous. You know, we always concentrate on UVA and B because that's what our sunscreen and stuff blocks. It does not block UVC. And I'll probably do a video on that here in the next week or so. But let's go to Schumann Resonance here. And you're going to see this thing lit up. Okay? Obviously, you know, don't really have to say much here. But one thing I will say is these spikes right here are very similar in length and duration and the hertz level it made it to. So it makes me wonder if it wasn't the same source, whatever that source was. Now the coded line we were just talking about on that comment, okay, you can't really, you can see it but not real good right here. Now if we go through here you can kind of see it better. Okay, you see these little dash marks. Most of you guys have already seen this already because if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you've probably already seen it. Oh, down here it's a little clearer. Okay. See that, guys? That's what we're talking about. It looked almost like Morse code. Nobody could really have a really good answer for what that is. What I just showed you in that comment, you know, could be because of all that other stuff. So we will definitely be taking a look at that and seeing what's going on. So yeah. But if you guys have been feeling bad here with the ringing in your ears, nausea, guys, I've been experiencing like really bad vertigo. And I really don't know why. You know, I have been seeing some reports of, you know, maybe some crazy earth tilt stuff going on. I just wonder if maybe that might have something to do with that. You know, the rotation too. I've been seeing some reports on how some of the rotation of the earth has been getting jerked a little bit, and you know, I guess there's some pretty good science behind it. So, you know, maybe that has something to do with the vertigo stuff we've been feeling. At least I've been feeling it. I'm talking to the point of almost throwing up. Yeah, it's been pretty bad the past few days. But I'll just, you know, I can't really put my finger on that one yet. So we'll put that one on, you know, back there, and we'll think about that one for a minute. But yeah, so if you've been experiencing any of that stuff, guys, this could be a reason why. Okay, guys, this is the CME Tracker, okay? Now, this is that CME I showed you guys the other day. Was it yesterday I did that video or the day before? Can't remember. But remember I said it was going to be, you know, we had one that just even right before this one that was actually about over here. So now we had one here, and now we got one coming right at us. And I'll show you here in a minute. But even this one here is going to hit us. It's going to hit us from the side here. As these things get further away from the sun, they spread out, okay? So as this is going out, it's actually getting wider at the same time, okay? So you can see where right there on Earth's orbit that it's going to hit us, okay? And I showed you guys that already. So, but check this one out. This one just happened, okay? It fired off at the end of the day on the 20th, I think, right about the beginning of the day this morning. This thing cannot come at us any straighter. Yeah, this one we're taking right on the chin according to this model. Look at that. I mean, it's right in the middle. Notice what it does when it gets here. Watch it. Boom. You see how that interplanetary magnetic field line gets moved? Wow. It's almost like we absorb a lot of that. I mean, it's really crazy how that looks. But we take that one right on the chin. Here it is on the side view. Bam. Look at that. Okay? And watch it here. I've always said if it shows up on all three graphs, I mean, that's right in the middle too. So this second one we're really going to feel. Okay, guys, I got you over at Seeds, and this is Lasko C2. This is our view, okay? Earth's here, satellite's here, and it's looking at the sun. So whatever we see, it's our view. And what you're going to see is that, okay? That was right close. I think it was right there at the... Now, that's at the beginning of the day on the 20th. I'm not sure if that's the actual CME that's actually coming at us or not. I guess it could be part of it. I'm not sure yet. But I don't think it was. Well, this one I do think it is. Check this out. We go to the next day. We don't have a whole lot of information here. But you see in that right there? You see how now that's glitching out? You know what that is? It's the light from that flash from the CME coming right at us. That's why you're seeing it, and everything is behind that occulter. Okay? All the energy is coming directly at us. If it wasn't, you would see it coming off the side. At least a little bit. You're not seeing anything. Okay? So what we'll do here is we'll go to stereo A, and this actually is a little bit more explanatory. So this is today. Now something else I want you guys to notice too. You see that little glitch going across the screen there? It's probably nothing. Okay, I want to say that first and foremost. It's probably just a little whatever on the little flaw that's happened. Man, that thing don't even want to start up. The heck. Well, there it goes. Okay. Now what you're seeing, and this is the most recent data. Look what we got going on here. This is going off the backside of the sun. So not only do we have stuff coming off the front at us, because remember, this is our side view. The Earth is here on this view, and the satellite's here. So it's looking at the sun from the side. So let me go back to the 20th. And this is what we get. Okay, now you're seeing a little bit of activity there, right? Let me go back one more day. Check this out. Okay, there's that first one that's coming at us. And then you can see the second one right there. See it? Right at the end of the day. Right at the beginning of the day on the 20th, end of the day on the 19th is when that one came off the sun, the second one. And it is coming right at us. So, yeah. So we got a couple different ones coming, guys. We won't know how strong they are until they get here. But what adds to this is we now have coronal holes we got to worry about also. Okay, guys. This is over at Iswa. This is the 193 angstrom. Okay. Here's the equator. Here's about where the Earth's at. Just to the south of the equator of the sun. The ecliptic. Okay. So what are we seeing? We're seeing dark spots, right? Those are coronal holes. Now, the past few hours, it looks like they may have started to close up a little bit more. But these things were wide open. So while they were wide open, they were just spewing charged particles our direction. Okay? And it'll take it anywhere between 3 to 5 days to get here. Well, what else is coming here in 3 to 5 days? Those CMEs, right? So if we go look at this on the 211, which is the purple view, which sometimes gives us a better idea of actually where the coronal holes are, because obviously you can see them a little bit better there, right? Yeah. So I do think that, you know, because we did connect to that. That is something that we're going to experience some increased solar wind here in the next 3 to 4 days. We're actually starting to see some of it from the leading edge of these coronal holes that were over here. Remember, the Earth's here. So this is already past us. So here in the next day or so, we're probably going to start experiencing an uptick in our geomagnetic activity. Okay? I'll take you guys over there and show you that here in a second. But also something else I want to point out. This right here. That is a very, very active, well put together active spot on the sun. Now as that comes around, it is showing the characteristics of a good sunspot. If it hangs on for a certain amount of time, they will designate it as an official sunspot. And it has the polarity of the new solar cycle. So it would be part of the new solar cycle 25. So I'm not going to go into big explanation on what the difference is there, but I talked about that previous. But in other words, the polarity is one way for solar cycle 24, and then it reverses for solar cycle 25. That's how they tell the difference. Because that's what happens with these solar cycles. Basically, the sun does a pole flip, okay? Magnetic pole flip, pretty much. That's what they're saying here. But anyway, what you're seeing, you know, you see those coronal holes, we always got to pay attention. So what concerns us with this stuff? Earthquakes and stuff always uptick during these things, okay? I've always said that it's not the cause of the earthquakes. It's just part of the formula that causes it. And sometimes, yes, this is the straw that breaks the camel's back. All right. So we have to always be on the lookout. You know, any kind of seismic activity is going to increase when we get this solar weather. Just like I would expect, we see the X-ray flux going up. Why is that? Well, because that active area on the sun that looks like a sunspot. Okay? That's why. See, it's kind of tapering up. Now, our geomagnetic activity is not going to move until we start experiencing that solar wind and CMEs get to us. Okay? It'll probably, I'm guessing, at the end of the day on the 22nd, maybe into the 23rd, maybe a little bit before. That's just a guess, guys. You can't be exact on that. Now, here's the sun again. All right? Pretty much showing the same view I just showed you. So, yeah. So we got that. Now, here's the Endmill model. This Endmill model is what will show us. Daggone it. It's doing that stupid. Daggone. Sorry, guys. It's doing this stupid stalling crap. Okay, here's the Endmill model. Now, the top chart here is the density, okay, of the solar wind. The green line is the conditions at Earth. Now remember that we're right here, basically, in time. It shows us 2 days behind us, and then it tries to tell us 5 days in advance what it thinks is going to happen. This model will change hourly. Always does. I trust it out to about here. After that, I typically don't even look at it because it always changes. All right. Now, if you're wondering, these other lines here, they are the conditions at Stereo A, that satellite I just showed you guys, and Stereo B. Stereo B is over here. We don't get data from that. I'm not going to go into why, but just know it's stupid why we don't see data from that anymore, but it is what it is. It's just one of those things that we can't do anything about, you know? Alright guys, this is the geoelectric field model that I show you guys all the time. This is the space weather's impacts on our electrical grid pretty much. You're seeing it. It's bouncing around pretty good. It's not staying consistent, but it is. We're seeing a little bit of spiking going on, which means we're getting some solar weather a little bit. It's not nothing excessive, but it is happening. So, we'll have to wait and see what goes on with this. I think we're going to see this thing probably light up as these CMEs get here. The solar wind increases. We always see an uptick on this thing. Are we going to see power outages? Don't know. I do think that this had something to do with the internet outages that was going on the other day. Mike and Cindy were reporting on that over Evolutionary Energy Arts. Guys, go check them out too. They're doing a great job. As always. I consider them friends also. Good friends. But yeah, so you got this to look at. And I'm trying to show you guys stuff we look at when we start seeing solar weather. Okay? We'll go to this. We'll go to the Magnetosphere tools. And we'll look at the ACE data usually to see what the solar wind speed is. But I'll take you over and show you that real quick. Okay guys, this is one of the Magnetosphere tools. Now our Magnetosphere is basically our shields against solar weather. Okay? Space weather. It blocks stuff for us. Okay? So when we see this thing reacting, that means we're getting space weather. Right? And on this particular model, the sun's actually over here on the left. This is a newer model. Okay? You're not seeing a whole lot of activity here. It's moving a little bit, but that's all pretty much quiet. Now here's the density. Sometimes we see stuff here when this one doesn't move at all. And vice versa. And again, I've been saying this for a while now too. They were actually coming out writing papers now. But I've thought this since I've been into this research, that I've always thought the density would affect us more than what the solar wind speed itself does. And it does. They're finding out that this density is actually affects us more than what the actual speed of the particles. Okay? But yeah, so these are the tools we look at to see if we're getting impacted by any kind of solar weather. Right now, we're not really seeing a whole lot. Getting a little bit of whatever, but this is all normal. Okay? This is the pressure graph. But yeah. Something else, guys. I am going to go into a little bit of detail probably in my next video. We talk about the solar wind a lot. And what is solar wind? I got it in my playlist what it actually is. It's plasma, guys. It's charged particles that are moving. Okay? And they move between the Earth and the Sun, or the Sun, or anything that's connected. That's where those particles will travel. They'll travel on that line where they're connected. And if they're dense, they hang close to the middle. And if they're not so dense, they go out like this. And that's why the more dense ones hit us harder. Okay? But I think it's important to know that, we often think that, we talk about the 3 states of matter. There's actually 4. You got a solid, liquid, and a gas. We always know that, right? Well, there's a 4th one, guys, and it's plasma. And I'm going to go in a little bit of more detail about what plasma actually is, because plasma acts different in space than what it does when it's in an atmosphere. Okay? You can kind of think of it like this. Those little plasma balls that you put your hand on and it follows your fingers and stuff? That's real jagged, almost like lightning, right? That's in an atmosphere. When you get a reaction with plasma off of an atmosphere in space, what do we get? We get the smooth wave-looking stuff from like auroras. So that's plasma that's traveling. That's solar wind, guys. Okay? And I know it's hard to wrap your brain around, but plasma and gas are actually very close to the same. It's just one's charged and one isn't. And I'll go into more detail about what actually happens there. But it's important to know that, because it helps you understand what solar wind is and how it can affect our shields. It helps you understand how those things travel in the ways that they travel to us. Because that matters. It matters because it will hit us different. So, yeah, I'll be talking about that later on in the video. So, but I think I am going to go ahead and end this one, guys. Listen, stay strong. Nothing to worry about with any of this stuff, but just know that the activity's upticking. You know, again, guys, go check out Bruce Sees All. He's been doing some killer work lately, man. He's always done good work, but these ones here lately, man, I've been so impressed. Some of the stuff that he shows with his telescope and what he's seen, man. Just go check it out. And yeah, and Scott's been making some, you know, really good discoveries there too. Yeah, big stuff out there, guys. I mean, wow. Just observations that I just don't even know what to say about it. I'm speechless when it comes to that stuff anymore, guys. I've already said it all. Don't know what else to say. So, but yeah. But we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll stay informed, and hope you guys stick around, and God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.